welcome to another live. Just a minute. Just making sure there's no technical difficulties this week, guys. We know that last week there was a few technical difficulties last week, and we ended up have to close the live and start it over back. So we're just making sure that this week runs smooth and everything is good. Yeah. So again, I just want to welcome everybody to another week's live. You don't know, say it's not on them as usual. Welcome to everybody who's tuning in. Just give everyone a few more minutes, a few opportunities for a few more persons to log on. Welcome to everybody who's here. Please don't hesitate to like the live if you're here. Subscribe if you're new. And go and chat with me a little bit. Hi, Sharice Mackenzie. Good. Yeah, congrats. You're the first person to greet us with your presence this week. Andre, where were you last week, man? Oh my God, welcome, bro. Welcome, man. We missed you last week. Simone, yeah, happy Sunday, Simone. Same to you. Hope everybody is being safe. Hope everyone had a good week. I know that we're about to start a new week tomorrow. Hope everybody is just, in the right frame of mind and just get rid of the weekend jitters. Tomorrow, Monday morning, babes.
Yeah.
You understand?
You go back to work.
And yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Monday is still Monday, guys. Monday is still that dreaded morning that nobody wants to wake up early and nobody wants to take on the road. All right. Blessings, Samantha, Brady, and blessings, Kimon. Kayan. Welcome. To everybody who's checking in. Just go ahead, guys, and like the live as per usual, and you know the drill. Subscribe if you don't know, and of course share it. Whichever platform you guys are a part of, so that other persons can be a part of the live as well. This week's live, guys, we'll be talking a little bit about Pgwp. For those who don't know what Pgwp is, it's postgraduate work permit. Which ultimately is the work permit that you get after you have graduated school, right? So I'm not gonna take it for granted that everyone knows what's a Pgwp or the process that's involved in applying for a Pgwp, right? So we're gonna go from like a basic explanation to like the more intricate aspect of the process, right? I do see those questions coming in, guys. We just want to just chat a little bit more, just to give a few other persons the opportunity to just log on, so that we can just have a very good conversation, a very good discussion, so that we can all leave here more empowered, more informed than we came here, right? Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I just want to say that we do offer you guys the option of joining our channel. You can just do that by hitting the join button right down below. You can become a member of the Andersons. Of course, that comes with exclusive content, opportunity to have very, very, very informative discussions on our community tab. And there are a few perks that is only available for members, so you guys can definitely check that out as well. If you guys are here and you guys want to support us, you can go ahead as well and check out our baby registry. The link is in the description right below. And that definitely help us out a bit as well. Subscribe if you're new, guys. Share the link. Share the live so that other persons can get this wonderful opportunity as well. So as I was explaining about the Pgwp, postgraduate work permit, right? So that's the work permit that you get when you graduate school. Now this is an open work permit. This work permit allows you to work with any employer in any province. So even if you have gone to school in Ontario, or you have gone to school in Alberta or British Columbia, it doesn't matter where you have gone to school. The postgraduate work permit is not limited to the province that you went to school. So it does give you the opportunity to work in any other province and also with any employer, provided the fact that it is not in like the medical field or in like nightclubs and strip clubs and stuff like those. There are some other requirements, but ultimately it's a general open work permits. So the first question I want to take to the list.
How far are you in your Pgwp.
Okay, so how far am I in my Pgwp? I graduated in April, so April of 2021. So that's how far I am, right? So that's what, a few months? Yeah. Yeah, so I graduated in April 2021, and yeah, I applied for Pgwp immediately, and that's how far I am. Can your spouse and child come to Canada when you have received your Pgwp? Yes. And Simone, you know what? To be honest, it's much easier for a person who have graduated and have obtained a Pgwp. As long as you have a job in the NAC category A, B, or O, you can have your spouse and your kids with you in Canada, and that is even easier than for an international student to carry their family. So when you have a postgraduate work permit and you have a job in ABRO, part-time or full-time, it didn't really specify, then you have a greater opportunity of having your family, yeah, join you in Canada. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, welcome, Trinat, Petrina. Why do I always call her Trina? But anyways, welcome Petrina. Welcome everybody. If you're here, just go ahead and smash that like button. You know the drill. Subscribe if you're new, and definitely share the link. Postgraduate work permit, as I said, it's the next step of the process for an international student who wants to permanently reside in Canada, right? So when you come to Canada as an international student, usually the intention is to stay and ultimately become a citizen. And many persons don't know what comes next. So you come as a student and then you feel a way out. So this live is really intended to provide some guidance, right? As it relates to the postgraduate work permit application process. And as usual, guys, we have never worked with immigration. We are no immigration consultant, no immigration lawyer or anything of the sort. Just social experience. Just social experience and tons of research. And we're trying to create a community that everyone help each other. So there are persons here who are way more knowledgeable than we are, and they're always in the chat. And yeah, we just use this opportunity to give everyone to learn, and hope that at the end of this live that everybody is more comfortable in their Canadian dream. So that's what we call it. Okay. Welcome Destin, welcome Kaval, and welcome Tanya Siwa. Big up on yourself. Just go ahead and hit that like button, guys. Don't hesitate to just come in at the chat and make yourself be known. Don't be a silent watcher. Don't be
You must have questions asked.
yeah, don't be that person who have that question and sit down pan. There's no stupid question. And listen, everybody's knowledge is on a different level. So if there's anything you want to know, and even though we're talking about Pgwp, that's the main focus of our conversation tonight. If you have any questions about the international student experience, you can definitely drop that in the chat as well. We will also seek to answer those questions, alright? You take massive big up on yourself. Well, okay, I cover. Well, Andrea, blessing up as usual. Andrea, you were missed last week because we did mark the register and you never there last week. So you're screeching at class today, but we are calling you out, brother. You understand? Bless up, is that Trifina? Big up Trifina. If you guys are here for the first time, guys, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that right down below on the right. And I think it's free, yeah. And you can also go and hit that like button as well. Drop a comment, and you can, if you like, you can go ahead and become an official member of the Andersons Massive, alright? Looking lovely, nuts, you glowing.
That's it.
So can somebody just balance that out and tell me say I'm glowing too? Hey Amoy, welcome. Big up yourself, Amoy. It's always a pleasure seeing you, Amoy. Thank you guys, everyone who's checking in. We're just holding our vibes today, talking about postgraduate work permit. We basically explain what's a postgraduate work permit already, and for those who are joining us late, that's the work permit that you get after you graduate school, right? And in order for you to get a postgraduate work permit, you have had to graduate from a designated learning institute in Canada, unless you studied in New Brunswick, which recently came out with a pilot program that there are 4 private colleges that you can get PR now if you had studied there. But that is only limited to New Brunswick. Now, the other provinces, in terms of to get a postgraduate work permit, you would have had to attend a school that is a part of the DLI listing, right? So that's very important as well. Looking that looking up at them. Thank you so much, yeah, cause I don't know all that second all of the
Current
compliments.
that lady here.
Present, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Oh, Jovan, bless up yourself, brother. The other day you make a comment, I'm almost block you because you tell me some I have a Man U jersey and on the wrong side, me I carry. I don't understand why I go on with us still, no brother, but I'm Man U are the only team in England. Back to this thing right now. Okay, how long is a work permit for? That's actually a very good question, and that's the next point I was coming to, guys. If it is that you did a 1-year program, graduated successfully, of course, and of course maintain all the requirements of a study permit, then you would get a 1-year study permit. Now, if you did a 2-year program, for example, a 2-year diploma, then you would get a 3-year postgraduate work permit, right? So let's go over that again. If you did a 1-year program, 1-year permit. If you did a 2-year program, 3-year permit. And that is how the general rule works. Now, I've been learning a lot from Andrea and a few other persons in the chat that you can actually combine programs. And then if you do 2 separate 1-year programs, then you are still eligible for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. Yeah, hopefully that answers your questions as well. Hey guys, happy Sunday. Welcome Samantha Baker. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday as well. Yeah guys, hope you guys being safe and just taking care of yourself as per usual. I'm present teacher. Welcome Renee Wilson. Again, this is not a lecture. This is more of a conversation. This is us learning from each other and definitely guiding each other, right? So of course there are persons in this chat right now who are extremely knowledgeable. So if you have any questions, not only about the Pgwp but also about the process of adapting, integrating, and also coming to Canada as an international student, drop it in the chat. While you're at it, while you're down there typing, just hit that like button and that subscribe button as per usual.
Yeah, you answered that one already.
Will your school need a job offer in order to come to Canada and the spousal work permit? Because I have been hearing our recent cases. Oh, sorry. Will their spouse need a job offer in order to come to Canada and their spousal open work permit? Because I've been hearing our recent cases where spouses have been turned back. Now, Charisse, that's a very good question as well. And it deserves a very detailed answer. And the answer that I'm going to give you is based on my information, what I have learned, because I've also been doing a lot of research about this, is throughout the COVID period, which is like December 2020 to probably, I think what I heard was to March 2020, there were a lot of,
2020 to March 2020.
to March 2021, sorry, there were a lot of like temporary measures put in place to really and truly deter persons from traveling. And that was one of the one of the ways that they were pretty much trying to deter persons from coming into Canada. No, that has been lifted. That has even been removed from the IRCC website. I haven't seen it for myself, but there are persons who reached out to me to say that they have seen it there. However, it is no longer there, right? So that is not a requirement. No, however, the immigration authorities in Jamaica, I'm not sure if they don't know that it is no longer there, but they are still turning back persons for not having a job offer. It's not a requirement. When you get into Canada, you will not have an issue where that is concerned. The issue is passing the Jamaican authorities. I actually just did a video where I was talking to a friend of mine, Rochelle, big up yourself, Rochelle, who had experienced something similarly, and she actually gave some very good advice as to how you can mitigate that, or how you can like not go around it, but how you can not get a job offer and still pass the Jamaican authorities, right? So I'll definitely suggest that you go and give that video a watch, and yeah, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Absolutely.
How long did you guys save to go to Canada? Did you receive any sponsorship help?
Okay, so pretty much we didn't receive any sponsorship, not one. But we did come to Canada in 2019 when I would say that it was more straightforward. The amount of funds that was needed was definitely not the 40,000, 50,000 Canadian dollars that I see persons saying that is required right now. We had the bare minimum, and we did have to save a lot. We did have to sell a few furniture, and we did have to pretty much beg, borrow. Well, I said thief, but we never really thief.
No.
In order to come up with all of that funds. So that's what we had to do. We pretty much had to make a decision that we were like gonna make this move, gonna make this transition. So we just planned probably I'd say probably 6 months, and we just did everything. We just did everything that was necessary in order to come up with that funds. Hopefully that answers your questions a bit. Shanna K. Garden, bless up yourself. Happy Sunday. Please look back at Jovan's question. I think, okay, let's see.
No, it's the same one, but the one that you answered, this one.
Okay, after doing a 1 year of Pgwp, then you are now eligible to apply for PR. How does it work exactly?
Here, oh,
Okay, so it's not just doing 1 year of your Pgwp, it's actually doing 1 year in a job that is a part of the NOC ABRO. Because once you are in a job for over a year in class ABRO, then you are eligible to apply for permanent residency. In other words, it gives you a lot more points. Another point is, say for example, Nats and I came in 2019. Say I am a student between 2019 September to 2020 September, but Nats got a job in the NOC ABRO from September 2019, and then she was employed in the same job until September 2020. Then she could have applied for permanent residence even before I graduated school, and she could have added me to it. As long as you or your spouse is employed within Canada in a full-time position for in the class ABRO, then you can then apply for a provincial nomination and ultimately apply for a permanent residency.
Federal skills worker, different.
Underneath the federal skilled worker, absolutely.
It depends on which, it can be anyone in the categories once you have graduated from school.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you have to be employed within 1 year in NOC skill code class ABRO, and that's very important, guys. And let's go back to the postgraduate work permit just a little bit, guys. If you are here with your spouse on an international student study permit visa, and your spouse got open work permit, when you graduate, guys, as soon as you graduate and you get that letter of completion in your email from your college, you are no longer a international student because you are no longer in school. You have up to 90 days after that getting that letter to apply for your postgraduate work permit, right? And then pretty much between that period, you'd be on what they call an implied status, right? It's very important to note, as soon as you get that letter of completion in your email, to the period of time when you actually apply for your postgraduate work permit, you cannot work. You cannot work between getting the letter of completion and actually applying. As soon as you submit your application for your postgraduate work permit, then you can start working, even if it hasn't been approved as yet. But when you finish school to when you apply, you can't work, or you're not supposed to work based on the immigration rules, right? So yeah, that's also something very important to note. And another thing that is very important to note also is, in order to extend your spouse's open work permit, you have to be employed in a NOC ABRO after you had finished school. So when you finish school, apply for your postgraduate work permit, then you have to get employed in ABRO, get at least 3 pay slips in order to apply for your spouse's open work permit extension. So a lot of persons don't know this. A lot of persons think that as soon as they graduate, then they can just apply for them and them spouse. No, you have to be employed, and in some cases have a job offer. But the thing is, a part of the requirement is to have at least 3 pay slips to show that you are physically employed. Does GPRC offer co-op with the business diploma? No, not with the business diploma, but with some other programs. The business diploma at GPRC, and this is answering Destiny's question, does GPRC offer co-op with the business diploma? Unfortunately, no, it doesn't, but there are other programs that offers co-op program. Oh,
Hi, Rochelle.
bless up yourself, Rochelle. I was just talking about you behind your back in terms of the video that we did. It seems like Jamaican customs has miscommunication issue. Look here, we know how Jamaicans in power operate. They usually abuse that power, and I think that is what is happening.
Oh, this is Andrew one.
Once I got the letter of completion, I went to the US-Canada border to get the Pgwp instead of applying online. I got my Pgwp same day.
That's good.
Look here, that's very good, Andre. But you see, where we live, in order to get to the US-Canada border, we have to drive 2 weeks. It's gonna be a long drive. But you know what? That's also an option, but it's actually recommended not to do that. I know that's what they call I think there's actually a word for that. I don't remember what it's called, but they call it where you go to the border, you apply for it there, and then for certain things, yeah. But yeah, good for you, bro. But yeah, if other persons want to do that, that's also another option.
What does ABRO means?
Okay, so what does it mean? So all the jobs, what I'm explaining now is what does ABRO means.
Not cool.
Okay, so in Canada, all occupations are listed underneath a federal skill level. So the skills are A, B, C, D, and O. Depending on your job, it's placed in one of those categories automatically. The higher the skill, it's higher ranked. Now, the skill level that is needed to apply for express entry and also to apply for a spousal open work permit as a postgraduate work permit holder, you have to be employed in skill level A, skill level B, or skill level O. That's it. Not skill level C, not skill level D. So as a manager or supervisor or anything like that, it would be...
Managerial occupation is a type O, professional occupation is a type A, and technical and trade occupation is a type B.
Yes. So if you're doing any like administration jobs and stuff, I think that would be B. If you're a supervisor, that would be A. And if you're like a manager and stuff, that would be O. But there are different trades and stuff that comes underneath that category as well. So there's actually a website that you can go on and you can look on the different jobs that's listed underneath all of the NAC code. And that's very important to know, guys, because it's very, very important that, especially if it is that when you graduate and you want your family to stay, or you want to take your family up at that point, and by family I'm referring to your spouse and kids only, because you cannot apply for your parents, your cousin, your siblings, none of them stuff, right? As a open work permit holder, you can't do that.
What about the 180 days wait time? Can't you work?
Yes. So as long as you have submitted your application, as long as you have went into your GCK account and upload all your documents and submit that application, you can start working immediately, because you would be on implied status and you'll actually get a letter saying that you have submitted your application and you are eligible to work whilst you wait on your decision, right? So as soon as you submit the application, you can start working. It's just the period between finishing school and actually submitting the application you're not supposed to work.
How long it usually takes on average to get your Pgwp after applying?
It doesn't really take long. I think it's only a matter, for me, it took like 3 weeks. And at that point in time, there were a lot of persons who got through in 1 week. And some persons 2 weeks, a few days, but it took me like 3 weeks. And it never really took long at all. What if I don't get a job within a certain time of getting the Pgwp? Is there a time frame to be employed? Let me read that again. This question is from Amoy. What if I don't get a job within a certain time of getting the Pgwp? Is there a time frame to be employed? No, there's not a time frame to be employed, but postgraduate work permit has an expiration date. So just for example, if it is that you have a 1 year Pgwp, and then you have gotten it, but you're not getting a job until 3 months down the line, then pretty much you pretty much have less time to work that express entry 1 year pretty much, which is why I always say, if it is that you can do a 2 year program, I know it's expensive, but it gives you a lot more comfort in terms of knowing that if I don't get a job in ABRO immediately, you can still get a job and then still be qualified to get your express entry a year after. When you do a 1 year program and a 1 year program by itself, you get a 1 year postgraduate work permit. So you pretty much have to be looking for that job before you even finish school. You have to be like hunting that job, no ease up, because remember now you only have 1 year, right? So to get that 1 year experience to submit that express entry profile, that request, right? So which is why it's so technical, it's so difficult. But there's not really like a time limit to get a job in terms of a postgraduate work permit. You have to be employed within 2 months or 1 month or anything like that. Hopefully that answers your question, Amoy. Oh, then just a bless up Andre. Yeah, everybody knows that Andre is a very brave man. Yeah, that's flagpoling. That's exactly the word that I was trying to remember. Thank you so much, Rachel. Flagpoling is when you actually physically go to the border and then you apply it there. But technically speaking though, Andre, that is actually something wrong, because it's actually recommending that you don't flagpole.
Yeah, Jamaican, yeah.
But Andre is a thug, so you know it's did you miss any question, guys? BLT, you know, bless up yourself as usual. I know the normal salutations and all of them stuff. If you're watching this live, guys, just go ahead and like the live, please. Share the live and subscribe if you're new. And you can become a member of the Andersons Massive. You can go ahead and just hit that join button right down below. I don't think we missed any questions, so we'll just continue chatting a little bit. Your postgraduate work permit is the next step after your study permit. It gives you the option to work for any employer in any province. A lot of persons, even some of my classmates who are also on study permit, as soon as they graduate and they've gotten that postgraduate work permit, they have moved to bigger cities and stuff like that. So that's also an option, right? So you might not necessarily like the city or the province that you're going to school, but as soon as you get that postgrad work permit, then you have options. You can then decide that you can move to any other province. You can pretty much look on any employer and all of them stuff. Which is why I always say, guys, when you come to Canada as an international student, look at it as in transit kind of a thing. Do not make yourself permanent in terms of buying all this furniture, all of these things and all of them things here, because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Suppose the person come and decide yes, I want to stay now and go.
No, then that's what I'm getting to. If it is that you have family at a specific location and you decide that this is where you're going, then that's fine. But for persons who are here just to make the most of the opportunity, then I would say give yourself options, right? Because like you don't want to be stuck in a town like Grand Prairie, for example, looking for that job in ABRO and you can't get it, and then you want to move to another city, probably to Edmonton or Calgary, for example, and you can't move because you have all of these assets that you can't bring with it because it's super expensive and all of these other factors. So you have to bear that into mind as well.
They're saying that the link doesn't work.
The link doesn't work for me. Are you referring to the join? Well, a lot of person has been saying that the link to join our channel is not working. We don't know why, guys. As you guys can probably tell, we're not really the technical savvy ones, but I think you can do that by just hitting the join button on our channel. So just where you go to see subscribe and all of that stuff, there should be a join button. If you hit that join button, then that should take you directly where you should go.
May I ask what NOC code is your job under?
My job is under our class B. Yeah, because I'm not a manager yet.
Yeah.
I'm not a manager yet. So currently my occupation skill code is currently a NOC B. And that's very important, as I said. And like in Canada, guys, everything is dependent, not everything, but in terms of your immigration process, going further is dependent on your NOC classification. So when you're taking a job, when you graduate from school and stuff, you want to make sure that you are taking a job that's in the right classification based on the duties, not based on the title, based on the duties. In fact, I had my 3 suitcase and ready to be on the go at any time. There you go, Andre. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be restricted. Like, remember now, especially if it is that you have a 1-year postgraduate work permit, you don't want to just be confined to one specific location when there are thousands and a multitudes of other opportunities in other places. Give yourself that opportunity to move at any time at the right opportunity comes up your way. Not seeing the join option either. Where is it? Oh, well, not just saying that it's right beside the subscribe button.
The Anderson subscribe join.
Can somebody test join the channel, please?
What are the PR options that won't tie you to any one province?
You know, as I said, there's over 300 different ways of migrating to Canada, by the way, and we don't know all. There are some that we don't even have a clue about. Now, as I said, if it is that you get a postgrad work permit, you can work in any province, and as long as you have reached that benchmark of 1 year, you can then apply for provincial nomination. When you apply for provincial nomination, it doesn't necessarily tie you down to the province indefinitely. Probably for a few, like you have to probably work a year or 2 in the province and stuff. But after that, you can pretty much move anywhere you want to go. To my knowledge, if there's anybody who have more experience in terms of the PR process, like probably Andre or anybody can probably just chip in and yeah, see if we can tackle that question head on so that Amor can have that answer that she needs. Sorry was late, that's okay, man, that's all good. If while going to school and you get a professional job like you did and continue in that same job after the Pgwp, would you that consider part of the 1 year? Unfortunately, no, because the 1 year has to be garnered when you graduate from school. So the fact that you are working in that field part-time while you're in school didn't count, because it specifically said the 1 year starts after you graduate from school. Yeah, like I mean, I'm thinking about everything, bro. I'm telling you.
And we definitely need to start a YouTube
The join button is working on mine. Okay? Andre, you definitely need to start a YouTube channel. Absolutely, bro. Like,
you
man,
have information, share it.
Hey guys, do you need to work that 1 year in the NOC ABRO in a single job? Or no, it can be in a multiple of different jobs. It doesn't have to be in a single job. It just have to be a total, I think, of 1,550 hours. So it's not really like a 12-month span. It's really from an hourly basis. So if it is that you work 1,550 hours, it's considered 1 year. So if you got that 1,550 hours in one job or in 10 different jobs, it doesn't matter as long as all the jobs are in class A, B, or O. And if it is that you work some in A, some in B, and some in O, that's also fine. Because as long as it's in A, B, or O, totally 1,550, you're good to go. Just logging in, Rashida Bailey, bless up herself. Yeah, but like I said, something cynical, but yeah. Inappropriate joke, Rashida, you know the thing,
The link doesn't work for me either. So I don't
know. Man. So the link doesn't work, or the join button doesn't work, that's right beside the subscribe.
I could do it with my phone if I wanted.
The link doesn't work or the join button doesn't work. Can somebody please clarify that for me, please? Because I don't know what's happening here. Evie, that's awesome, Evie. That's no problem whatsoever. We're just here to make sure that everybody get the answers that they want. Like the video, guys. If you're watching this live, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video, and definitely, guys, don't forget to just drop a comment in the chat right here so that we can keep the conversation going. If you guys have any questions, even outside of the Pgwp, yeah, you can throw it out as well, because as I said, there's always a wealth.
Where's the join button?
There's always a wealth of information here. So if you guys scroll down on the screen, a little bit, the join button should be right there. Can somebody see that?
Okay, let me do it on my phone. And let me show you.
Where's the join button?
It's right here. Alright, they're in the chat.
Guys.
When you get off the chat, chat. Oh, they're there.
Oh, I see. What you have to do, guys. Oh yeah, just see what happened. What you have to do, you have to close the live chat temporarily.
It's not closed. Go back to regular chat.
Yeah, by closing it. You just hit the X waves. So you have to close the live chat a little bit temporarily, and then scroll down, and then you'll see the join button. Do you want to know if jobs along supply chain management are in demand in Canada? It's hard to say, but like supply chain management, like there are different jobs that is in demand at different parts of Canada. So where we are at, supply chain management is not really like a big thing here, but it might be somewhere else because Canada is very, very big. But not to say that it not being in demand means that you can't get a job in that field. You can absolutely get a job in whatever field you study in Canada. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be too hard for you to get a job. I can tell you that much. Oh yeah, there you go. Rochelle is saying it's right beside the subscribe button. So you guys can just go ahead, and if you're interested in joining our channel, just close the live chat. Scroll down a little bit where you see the subscribe button, you hit that join button. Like the video as well, guys. Keep them questions coming in. If you're doing a 1-year program, how soon do you recommend that we start hunting for jobs then, since we have less time in your final semester? Like for example, if your final exams are in, where are we now, in September? If your final exams are in December, you start hunting for jobs in September, right? Or in October. You pretty much just start putting a foot out in the water just to see how easy it would be to get that job or whatever in that classification, right? And then as it becomes closer to your final exam time, you start aggressively looking for jobs. Probably a month before you graduate, you start eagerly looking for a job, because remember now, as you finish school, you need that job immediately. You don't have that 1 or 2 month leeway to say, okay, then after I graduate, then I just take my time and get a local job. No, you don't have that. So you start looking for a job immediately. It's recommend you check job listing for a specific area. Exactly. I link you guys after as much. Oh, absolutely, Amoy. I'm not sure why either. Like a lot of persons are saying that the link doesn't work, and I mean, YouTube give it the link, so I'm not sure what happened there. Can you accumulate those 1,550 hours for Pgwp, working like 2 jobs at the same time? Yes, you can. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As I said, it's really the hours. It's not really the length of time. So it's not really a 12-month span, it's really the 1,550 hours is considered 1 year of employment. Because if you're even working part-time, for example, then it's the equivalent in hours, right? So it's 1,550 hours as long as it's in the field.
Do I have to get a job in the field that I studied?
If you're doing express entry, yes. It's called field of study. So if it is that you came and you did a diploma in healthcare, you have to be employed in healthcare to be qualified for express entry. As itself, express entry. It doesn't necessarily have to be like specific, but it has to be in the field. Like for example, if you study business, pretty much any office job, any bank job kind of a thing. But if you study business, you can't be like working in healthcare kind of a thing. Yeah. For express entry, I'm talking about. For express entry, it has to be field of study. But as I said, there are a number of different ways you can migrate without necessarily going through the express entry way. Can you apply for a Pgwp after a bachelor's degree? Once you have graduated from a Canadian DLI institution, you can apply for a Pgwp as long as your course is longer than 8 months and you have fulfilled all the other requirements of your study permit. So it doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter if you did a bachelor's, a master's, a diploma, a certificate. As long as you have graduated from a Canadian DLI, fulfill all the other criteria of your study permit in terms of working on the 20 hours and all of those stuff, then you can absolutely apply for your Pgwp. Rochelle, talk to the Alberta schools to give us a discount on the school fees, lol, Chuman. And you know that, guys, the school fee in Ontario seems like it's more expensive than in Alberta, if I'm being honest. I know that like Saint and Nate, they are the more prestigious ones in Alberta and they're a lot more expensive. But there's a tons of other schools here as well. What about Canadian experience class? Is that the same as express entry? Yes. So the express entry is split up into I think federal skilled, Canadian express and Canadian experience class, and I think two other ones that I'm not remembering right now. But in my explanation, guys, like I don't know much about the express entry way of going about PR, because I did apply for PR, but I applied for PR underneath the public policy that allowed all international students and also what is that all? International students and essential workers class. So that's what I applied for, which we didn't have to create an express entry profile or any of that, but that program is ending the 1st of November. So yeah, that's what I applied under. So I don't really know much about the express entry, but you can definitely join the community because there are persons here. There are persons here that have all the information about the express entry, i.e. Andre. No, them's not all. Not all. You have a number of affordable colleges in. Oh, but the thing is, I think it depends on not just where of the cheaper school fee. I think it goes a lot further than like what comes after, right? Like I know that everybody wants to go to Ontario because yeah, like Toronto is like the hub and Ottawa is like the capital of Canada and it is like the New York of Canada. But Canada is very big, guys. Canada is bigger than even the US in size, right? Like to fly from Toronto to Edmonton is farther than to fly from Jamaica to Toronto. Just an example, right? Flying from Toronto to Edmonton, Alberta is a longer flight than flying from Jamaica to Toronto. So you want to like open your mind to all the possibilities, right? You don't want to just like look on just that one area because it's densely populated and it's very, very competitive. Oh, Rochelle, them people and pretty much I said make sure you have a vlog on your channel that they can go and watch when this live is over. So please start that out. And again, guys, we didn't do a video today. Yeah, we were feeling just a little bit out of it today pretty much. We just wanted to relax a little bit and hang out. So we didn't get to do that Sunday vlog that you guys have become accustomed to. A few persons have basically cussed us out on Instagram. But apologies, guys. Is that public policy in Ontario? No, that public policy is in all of Canada. So that's most immigration programs, unless it's provincially centered, it is for all of Canada. Like in New Brunswick, there's PR programs now that you don't have to work that 1 year to be qualified to apply for PR. As soon as you graduate, or even before you graduate, you might be able to apply for permanent residency in New Brunswick. So that's something that you can also look into. So if you apply to go to a New Brunswick college and you graduate, then you don't even have to apply for a postgraduate work permit before you can apply for a permanent residence. So these are a number of different programs, guys, that you guys can also consider when you're thinking of choosing where to study, right? So New Brunswick is actually there's a lot of programs now in New Brunswick that you guys can look into. The school fees might be a little bit more, but
Cheaper.
or cheaper. I don't know, but yeah, that's something that you guys can definitely consider as well. Okay, I'm just here reading some of these chat, guys, because sometimes like
Okay. Before back up because Amoy is saying that you should go back to the first question.
was the first question that Rashida asked in terms of being employed in the field of study.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I did answer that one actually. Okay guys, again, just a friendly reminder guys, we're not bad up nobody. Please go ahead and like the video. Subscribe if you're new.
There's
Share the
one
video.
person's watching.
Share the video guys,
Yeah.
and definitely subscribe. If you want to join our channel guys, apparently it seems very complicated than it should be. Just hit that X button on the live chat a little bit. Go down to where you see subscribe, and then the join is right beside the subscribe button, and then that will officially make you become a member of our channel. Now what do you get when you become a member of our channel guys? You get exclusive content, that's one, and you also get access to like discussions that is only happening between members in terms of like that one-on-one discussion about international student process. All of that is like a forum, right? And also guys, a lot of persons have been reaching out in terms of getting that assistance with their LOE. Of course guys, I want to help everyone, and I've been helping everyone who have reached out so far. No, it does get a bit overwhelming sometimes, so if you have reached out to me and I have not gotten to you as yet, then you are in the queue absolutely, and I will definitely get to you. Now, in order to mitigate that waiting period, you can also become a member of our channel and pretty much skip a line. Make sense? Alright.
You sound like we need to go to New Brunswick, man.
Yeah, right now there's so much pilot programs happening in New Brunswick right now. That's definitely something that you guys can consider when you're choosing where to go. Right? The bush, we are also in the bush as well, so we know all about it. Like Rochelle was in the city. One day we go visit Rochelle and feel like a foreigner there.
Yeah. I move come on the man.
Good quality, down to earth, authentic content is what you get. Not tell me something else to that anymore, so I shouldn't say authentic content anymore.
I never said that. Don't
You
tell,
said that, babe.
You know what I said? Not to tell the person that you're real. If you're real or whatever, they will know. If you're not, they will figure that out. You don't need to tell people all of that. You just be
That's
yourself. Oh, real. Hate hearing that.
Business supply chain management diploma wouldn't make much sense down there. I'm more marketable in the near and bigger cities. I wouldn't say that either. If anyone considering a master's, they can check out the Memorial University of Newfoundland. They also have a PR program where you can get, where you can apply for a PR after graduating. MBA tuition is about 10K per year for international student. That's not bad. What are the documents needed to apply for Pgwp? Now, to apply for Pgwp, it's so simple. You literally only need your letter of completion, your final transcript, your passport. What else? That was just it at the farm. You don't, everything that you need, you'll get from the school. You don't need a job offer, you don't need any of that to apply for Pgwp. Everything that you need, you'll get from the school. Your letter of completion, your final transcript, of course a digital photo and passport. That was it. That was it. It's so simple to apply for a Pgwp, guys. I'm not even kidding. Oh, London, not bad school fee. I think there's a typo there, am I? Oh, London, not bad school fee.
Yeah, London is near, I think in Ontario there. So.
Yeah, no, London is in Ontario. Yeah. So does anyone ever have any question? Like, let me just say something, and I really hope I'm not gonna like offend anyone, but I have to say it because of a message that I've gotten yesterday on Instagram. Guys, when you're moving to a new country, you are not moving to a new parish. You're moving to the other side of the world. One of the things you want to make sure you have organized is your living arrangement. You do not want to come to a new country and don't know where you are going to stay. No, no, no. I know it sounds trivial, and a lot of you guys might be saying, why would you go to Canada and don't know where you're going to stay? But guys, best believe when I tell you that there are persons who are in Canada as an international student, just landed and don't know where they're going to sleep. Please guys, as best as possible, work out that living arrangement before you get to Canada. Anyone know anything about the Mohawk College in Ontario? That sounds like Andre Field. I don't know where Andre disappeared to still, but that sounds like Andre Field. Are we missing anything else in the process? I don't think so.
It's just getting the documents from the school.
The Pgwp process, it's very, very simple. It's very, like, it's 1,000 times simpler than your international study permit process because you're in Canada, and it's totally contradictory to what you would have like had to prove when you get in your study permit, which is to say you're gonna go back to your home country. When you are in Canada, the immigration wants to keep you in Canada. So the processes are much simpler when you are in Canada. Your postgraduate work permit process, guys, for those of you guys who have been through it already can agree with me, and those of you guys who are going to go through it like pretty soon, you're gonna realize how simple it is, guys. I don't want to jinx it, but it's a very straightforward process. Everything you need, you'll get from the school. Again, guys, just go and like the video, guys. There are more persons watching than likes, and I don't like to see that. Just like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. All of which is free. We're building a community. We just want everybody to have access to valuable information. Alright.
There's a YouTuber in Edmonton that does settling services for newcomers. I think that's a genius. That's genius because
maybe you guys can do this. And actually, guys, Nat and I was talking about that. For anybody who's moving to Grand Prairie, Alberta, we will be like here, and we will assist you guys with settling in, transitioning, and all of the above, guys. We want you guys. Sound like a broken record.
Yes.
Look here. Once you guys come to Grand Prairie, you can consider the fact that you guys have somebody here already. And I'm not just saying that. We want persons to come to Grand Prairie. We want persons to come here. We want to build a community here, and we want to help each other to integrate and also develop. Alright? Yeah, not really. You didn't really miss a lot. We're just talking about the postgraduate work permit in terms of the process, what it is like, what to expect, the documents, and also a few other nuances. The fact that you can work in other provinces, you don't have to work in the same province that they go to school, and all of them other stuff. Welcome to the live, by the way. Make sure you like the live before you come in and chat, by the way, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and definitely give it a thumbs up. It's true, Dimes. I know some persons who don't have anywhere to stay, and right now they are stressed out. They even brought along their children. This is really sad. And I'm telling you guys, like, I don't even know what to say. Some persons have been messaging me, and I'm like, I have no idea why you would do that, but I'm trying not to be like skeptical or judge or anything, because of course everybody's circumstance is different. But guys, as best as possible, be sure to work out your living arrangement before you come. Canada is a totally different country than Jamaica. It's totally different. The culture that we're accustomed to doesn't exist. It doesn't exist here. Make sure that you have every single thing worked out as possible before. This is not just to prove to an immigration officer that you have everything worked out. This is actually having it worked out for your safety and peace of mind. Them's gonna answer the question of the benefits. Oh, I also want to know, what sort of benefits do you get on PGWP jobs? Do you get the same benefits as, well, you do, I'm sorry. You do not have a PGWP jobs. You have permanent jobs, full-time jobs, as in full-time jobs and part-time jobs. A postgraduate work permit is just a work permit that allows you to work in Canada. Now, the same benefits that you get as a full-time employee, whether you have a postgraduate work permit or you're a citizen, you get the same benefits. It's really dependent on the benefits that the job gives. No one can give you different benefits because you're on a postgraduate work permit or somebody else is a permanent residence. As long as you're employed, the same benefits that that person get, you will get too. There's no different benefits. It's important to network early. Don't be prideful about the process. And of course, I always say, we have a culture in Jamaica that when we are applying for a visa, we don't want nobody know. Oh, no, we not tell nobody, or we not do this and we not do that. I am not saying that you go walk and tell everybody, say, boy, you know, I apply for a study permit though. Because many of we have to tell KV help you. So it don't make no sense to tell them. But for persons who you feel as if have information that you don't have, network as much as possible. Get as much information as possible to make sure that you are not like thrown out into a deep blue ocean of like not knowing what to expect, right? Do your research and just network as much as possible. I know persons who's living with people who they not even know before, and it's just through networking they were able to meet someone and they have somewhere that they can stay at least for a little period of time. So networking is key. When you choose to go somewhere, don't just look on where have the cheapest school fee, but look on like the opportunities that also comes after finishing school. And as soon as you have decided that that's where you want to go, start looking around. And of course, guys, the first place to start is on YouTube. Everybody have a little YouTube channel now. So look if there's anybody who have a YouTube channel in that area that you're thinking of moving to. Now, not everybody genuine and not everybody real, but you can't blame yourself if you never try. Try as best as possible, alright? How do you find a place if you have no family, credit history, or reference? You find a place by contacting the school. Most schools in Canada who's a part of a DLI have an international student liaison or representative or officer, whatever they call it. This person's job is to make sure that you integrate properly. When that's the difference as well. A lot of persons go through an agent and the agent do everything and they have no communication with the college. Listen, guys, create a relationship, take up the phone, put on a credit, call the school. Can I speak with the international student liaison representative, please? Hi, good day. My name is John Brown and I've recently been accepted to attend this college and I've just obtained a study permit. However, I am unsure of where I'm going to stay, and they will assist you. They are supposed to assist you. If you go to a school and there's nobody to assist you with that, that's a wrong college for you. I'm telling you guys, because the transition is not easy. You want to know that there's this representative that you can go to. The representative is supposed to make sure they even have food. If it is that you can't afford to buy grocery, most colleges have their own internal food bank and they'll put you even in a hotel room to stay for a couple of days. They are supposed to. International student school fee is 4, 5 times, 6 times greater than domestic student school fees. They have these representatives there for a reason, right? Utilize it. I know this might be a bit off topic, but do you know how to apply for family reunification? Maybe we can discuss it in the next live. I can definitely do some research and we can absolutely have that conversation. If I don't know, I'm sure Andre knows, and then we can have that chat, and then we can definitely yeah, just feed off of each other as well. Because technically, I don't know much about that either. What about studying human resources? Do you have to be employed in a specific field in HR after study? Or does it count under express entry as long as it's business? No, HR is very specific, I think. Mm, you know what? I don't want to answer that question as that I'm not sure. And that's the answer that I would say. I know that like when you do business, like when you do a diploma in business administration, whether you major in marketing or accounting or management, the field of study is still business administration. So it doesn't matter where in the business field you go, pretty much, you'd still be in the field of study. Now, if you do a diploma in HR management, that's a little bit different than business administration. So I'm not too sure if it's gonna be like specific to HR or if you can be employed in other field as well. But you know what? I'll promise you to check that one out for you. Where are we?
LOL. He better be the mayor of Grand Prairie. He's so serious about people coming here.
And you know why I'm serious about people coming here? Because we're so lonely. We need some friends here. Like, for example,
People that we can connect
people
with.
who we can connect with and stuff, right? Like, not to say that, like, yeah, we are not from here, obviously. So we don't like, and it's so hard to make new friends here because the culture is totally different. So we want some real, authentic people
Jamaican.
who we can connect with fully. That's what we're looking for. Them say you are completing a 4-year degree. So you are completing a 4-year degree. Do you have to wait until you finish school before you can apply for PR? Yes, because you cannot apply for PR unless you're in New Brunswick. You cannot apply for PR while you're in school. Unless you have a spouse here who's employed in ABRO for over a year, they can apply and put you onto it. But you yourself, because whatever employment you're doing while you're in school is not counted towards your overall hours towards your express entry. It has to be after you finish school. So you have to finish school, apply for your Pgwp, and then work the 1 year and then apply for PR. If it is that you want to go the express entry route. But as discussed, there's constant pilot programs coming out that probably don't even require any of that nuances. Yes, students, I wish I had checked the minimum wage and job market much before moving to New Brunswick. The housing costs are rising fast in Munchton. I'm not gonna say that I did a lot of research before coming to Grand Prairie because really and truly I didn't have a choice. I came to Grand Prairie because that's where some semblance of family was. So that's how I ended up in Grand Prairie. Now, do I think I made the right decision? I think I did. Because after coming here, I realized that it's actually a very fast growing town and it does offer a lot of opportunities. But there are other towns and places in Canada that is also very good. New Brunswick, as I always say, there's a lot of pilot programs for international students as well. But bearing in mind when you're making a decision that New Brunswick also has the lowest minimum wage in Canada. And also the cost of living is pretty much low, and as Yentil just said, the housing costs are going up. So there's a lot of downside to it, but there's a lot of plus to it. So you weigh the pros and the cons pretty much. Manitoba is the same as New Brunswick. You don't have to work the full year to get PR. Oh, there you go. There's another one. But I think Manitoba speak French.
I'm not sure about Manitoba.
No, not Manitoba. Montreal speaks French.
Something.
Boy, then, with those questions, when I ask the liaison officer, I feel like semi dignitary. Look here. Look here. You see, the international student liaison, who anyone who has reached out to me who I've given you her number, Charlene McIntyre, she knows me so well. She knows us before we even land in Canada because every single day we're up on the phone. every single day. Nuts can tell her. Every single day we're on the phone with Charlene. And this is way before. As soon as you have a question.
And she was willing to answer every question, every email, everything.
That's your job, guys. You are not necessarily only responsible for your integration. The school is also responsible for your integration as well. Utilize every single resources that's available. And I know that the provinces are a lot different because the schools in Ontario, they seem a lot more not connected with the students than the colleges that I've become accustomed to. The schools in Ontario, they feel that they make it seem as if like you're on your own. But let me tell you this: almost every single DLI as an international student liaison officer, utilize them. If you want somewhere to stay, you're not sure where you're gonna stay, call them, ask what kind of resources is available, and then take it from there. Big up them and nuts for the useful information. But big up yourself, Rashida. You know the link is real. Like Rashida and us have become really good friends actually. We have met Rochelle on YouTube as well. We have become very good friends as well. Amoy is on track of becoming a very good friend. BLT is a very good friend. Andre is a very good friend, even though no one put you up in Toronto. And there's so many other people who have been connected to just by doing this YouTube channel, guys. And I'm telling you guys that we appreciate you guys so much for constantly supporting us. Constantly just rolling our vibes with us and constantly just being here. We appreciate it, right? Yes, the schools will help, but some places are much easier while some are trouble. I had no issues with renting. We were new and didn't even do a credit check.
Exactly.
But the thing is, in order to rent somewhere oftentimes, even though they're not going to do a credit check, Rochelle, many of these places, private apartment building need financial employed, right? So that's the issue as well. But I mean, there are options, right? If it is that you're totally uncertain, contact the school. Do not come to Canada without having a plan, is what I'm saying. Have a plan and then make the plan work for you.
Give us an idea what cost of living is like in Grand Prairie as a student, and also what your school fee was like, please and thank you.
So Grand Prairie is a very expensive place to live. I must say that. The average cost for food is a lot higher than it is like even in Toronto or even in Edmonton and in Calgary, because we are just so far away. We are just so far north, right? So in Grand Prairie, like the average grocery bill would be like $250 per household, and that $250 per household will probably keep you like for the, like 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, if I stretch it.
It depends.
Yeah, like like when I said 2 weeks, right? That's a family, like an entire household of people, not necessarily one person household, right? Rent is anywhere between, I'd say $900 to $1,500 for like a 1 to 3 bedroom apartment. You can get it less if it is that you want to live like in a basement suite, or you have different options. No, the cost of living is high, but the salary is also higher because the province of Alberta has one of the highest minimum wage as well. So even though the cost of living is high and everything is more expensive, but you also get a higher pay scale. Now, as an international student, you can only work 20 hours, right? So off campus, that's what I want to say. But if you get a job on campus, you can work unlimited amount of hours. But off campus, you can only work 20 hours. On average, you are pretty much looking at probably $1,500 a month. Probably more, probably less. Depends on the job. I'm just working with an average. So after tax, you probably get like 1,500 Canadian dollars a month, and yeah. So that's while school is in session. When school is in session, you can work full time in or out of school, right? And that $1,500 a month, you just use that as best as possible, because after you buy grocery, if you're only here by yourself, grocery not gonna cost more than like $150. If it is that you're really smart, you get a roommate and you guys can come together and rent somewhere, or you can live on dorm, which is only like $500 a month. So you still have like pretty much like $800 as savings as an individual.
If you don't have it transportation for students is lower than
Yeah.
regular persons. So
If you're taking a bus, you pay like $1 something per trip. So it is really and truly affordable. Even though everything there, you make enough and things. So cost of living in Grand Prairie is actually very high, but income is also very high. And guys, again, the province of Alberta is the only province that you only pay federal GST and not provincial GST. So in other words, you pay higher taxes in Ontario, higher taxes in British Columbia, New Brunswick, everywhere else except Alberta. You and them just draw me to Alberta, so. But Rochelle draw you to Alberta too. Rochelle is new to Alberta, and I'm sure that Rochelle loves Alberta as well. The bad side though, Alberta have one of the harshest winter.
Cold.
It's very, very cold. I'm not even gonna put that up.
Especially you don't know what is my home. Stuff in mud. What's that? Shadow.
Unless you separate. Guys, guys can download text now to make international calls for free.
Oh,
whoa.
That's nice.
So them on us. After I complete the diploma, can I apply for Pgwp and move to Alberta? Yes. Once you complete studying and you have attained your postgraduate work permit, you can work in any province you want. It's not limited to the province that you went to school. Hi, can you talk about the cost of living for students in Grand Prairie? We will need a car to get around. Oh, literally just talk about the cost of living.
Recommend bus before you
a car, you can get cars like half Kijiji like for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, it depends. Gas, probably $50 gas can fill your tank pretty much, and that can last you like for 2 weeks, probably, because it's a very small town. Everything is very close. So if you're driving around for the month, you're not spending more than $100 gas and stuff. And it's very, very simple to get around. If it is that you are here with your partner, and your partner can work full time, even better, because you guys will have a lot more surplus money. Listen, guys, it's very, very good. Like Grand Prairie, I sound like an ambassador. You know what? I'm gonna take another question. So, me not join nobody to Ontario law. Oh, welcome back, Andrew. We noticed that like a MIA period. It not so seems so expensive on that side. Should probably move to Alberta, man. Like, honestly speaking, the groceries are way more expensive because it has to go so far. Like, it takes 3 planes to get where we are. I will always say that. You get to Toronto, then you get to Edmonton, then you get here. So it's like 2 days out of traveling. Andre, persons are requesting that you start a YouTube channel. I think you should definitely consider that because I think you're very knowledgeable. Guys, just go ahead and like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the content, guys. Of course, close the live chat. Go back to the home screen. Right beside the subscribe button, there's a join button. Hit that join button and follow the steps. Alberta seems like a really nice place. Alberta is a beautiful province. It's very, very cold. And there are a lot of rednecks. There are a lot of rednecks here. In terms of like, it's so hard to make friends here because it's really a white dominated space we're in. Of course, if it is that you are not...
Some of them bipolar.
Yeah. You just pretty much do your thing. Just do your thing. Just don't expect the same vibe that you get from Jamaica, right? The school, which school you went to, Andre? I think Andre is definitely an ambassador for Toronto. So he probably went to Seneca, or Franshaw, or London, or Centennial, or Andre. Come on, man, Andre. Which one of the college? Ah, there you go, Seneca. I got it. How was your experience at Seneca, Andre? Like, what was the experience like? Would you recommend anybody to go to Seneca? Like, I'd gladly recommend anyone to go to Grand Prairie Regional College. What was your experience there at Seneca? Oh, Andre is Oh, absolutely. Hey guys, love and appreciate this information very much. Hey Trish.
Hi, Trish.
Welcome, Trish. You know what I miss most about Jamaica? The food. I'm not even tripping, you know. Like a Sunday like this, like rice and peas and as in, yeah, we do cook it here, but it tastes different. Probably Rochelle have more access to like the seasoning and all of them stuff here, so probably will taste the same. But Jano, we miss it, man. Andre, you know anything about more College in Ontario? Oh, I guess everybody's waiting on Andre's response, and Andre's.
You want to know.
We want to know.
Too.
We want to know what was the experience in Seneca. We also need you to answer Javon's question about Mohawk College.
There's a need to move the Edmonton to get.
We're seriously thinking about it. The thing is, we wanted to move to Edmonton, but then we decided, you know, we're gonna stay in Grand Prairie for just probably a few more years, and then make the move. Plus, we have a friend who recently got through to go to Grand Prairie Regional College, so we can't really ditch that person so soon. So we're gonna be hanging around a little bit. So now is the perfect time for you guys to come to Grand Prairie. We're actually thinking of moving to Edmonton, and of course, Russian is convincing us to move to Edmonton as well. So we are thinking of moving to Edmonton. It's only like 5 hours away from where we are now, anyway.
Oh my god.
Don't worry yourself, them. When I come up immigration, I go wonder if I want to see the company, I'm going to start Maggie. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so funny still. Yeah, we need a season and we need a wisdom toothbrush them. Okay, toothbrush them light. The toothbrush them light, guys.
Don't do it, Russia. Go on Provincial, you know, the baby want banana, some yam and some something right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, there's a store in Edmonton that a lot of like the Africans and like the Caribbean persons here have to drive like 5 hours. So you know that when one person I go there, everybody just put in an order, and you know, and then full up them carry and come back because oh my god, by the time the green banana them reach probably they're ripe. By the time I didn't even like green banana in Jamaica. I know, I'm telling you, like I miss it so much. My experience was great at Seneca. I got a lot of chance to network and land in my dream job at a Big Four. Which bank do you work, Andre? I guess it's probably CIBC or TD. Jovan, I don't know much about Mohawk College. I'm sorry, Jovan. Like, is there anybody in the chat who knows anything about Mohawk College that can probably help Jovan a little bit? Oh, PwC, there you go. Yeah, congrats on the job, man. I know how good it is, how good it feels to get that job that you want. Spill a little, you know, at Andre. PwC, a big company, you know, why you think Andre have so much loot? So I do want to ask you guys a question though. Do you guys want us to do a live on a Sunday as per usual or every second Sunday? So instead of doing it 4 times for the month, do you guys want to do it 2 times for the month? What do you guys prefer? I mean, you guys are the boss, right? Do you guys want us to do it every Sunday or every other Sunday? Just comment in the chat and let us know. If you're here and you're a silent watcher, don't be a silent watcher. Be a watcher that thumbs up the video. Be a watcher that subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. And be a watcher who hit on that join button and become a member for our channel, right? So Sorry, then, every Sunday. Every Sunday we don't spoil. Excuse you. We'll do every Sunday if you guys can manage. Andre, what about the factory job links? No, we don't mind doing it every Sunday. You know, we're more thinking about like we don't want boring you to death. You understand? We don't want to like bore you guys to the death. Even though we try to have a different like topic every week. At them, try gaps you can get order Jamaican food and thing. Bruh, if you know how far we are, I'm telling you, we are so far.
We can't even ship a barrel from here.
We can't
It's gonna
even.
be so expensive.
We are so far, guys. We are so far. Grand Prairie is so far, right? So, but that's all I can say. A lot of
Very
stuff,
far.
a lot of stuff that is accessible, other places are not accessible here. Andre, what? Oh, every Sunday. Nuts when it's due. Nuts is due in October. The second week of October. Yeah. So there's still time to check out that baby registry, by the way. If it is that you're watching us and you want to support us, you
I
can
really
go
want
out.
to send me some green bananas. I would really appreciate it.
Look here, we look forward to this every Sunday. Only fun, but nice to watch and knowledgeable. Well, you know what? We appreciate you guys so much, and you guys have no idea. All this.
Andre, they're asking for your IG. I don't remember it.
Every Sunday, what is convenient for you guys? Not boring at all. Extremely informative. Just send me your resume and I'll send it to warehouse manager at. There you go. Yo, Andre, you need to put it up for at least
we're
2
coming
weeks.
to
No, 2 weeks? No, we
no,
can't.
no, guys. What is it?
One 3 day?
1 3 day. 1 weekend.
Andre, all of you think I can afford for feed it. Like,
We're coming to Ontario.
we have to link up when we come to Ontario, and you will stay with you. I have to put you up for 1 3 day. Every Sunday until Nasa's baby, we will allow for a Sunday. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that's the overwhelming decision that we do it every Sunday. Again, guys, we don't mind doing it every Sunday. We love doing it every Sunday because this is our opportunity to really like feel like we have some friend here in Grand Prairie. So we don't mind doing it, right? So yeah. So thank you guys so much for responding to that comment right there. Yo, when you just comment and say Andre is the GOAT, greatest of all time. Andre the GOAT. Because yo, that offer that Andre just make is like unbelievable. Thumbs up, Andre. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And again, Home Kitchenette, I'm telling you, you got it here in the Andersons, right? So share the video so other persons can see it as well. Thumbs up, guys. We're trying to create a community. Some persons have been asking us to create a Telegram group. I haven't done it as yet, not because I don't want to do it, but because I'm a little bit unsure if I'm gonna have the time to invest into managing it and all of that. So I'll definitely look into it. But in the meantime, guys, you can become a member for our channel, and we have these awesome discussions on our community tab, which is just like a Canadian Visa forum kind of a thing. So you can definitely look into it. All right. Any amount you guys can manage, 2 or 4. Oh, we already decided to continue doing the 4 until the baby is here, and even the baby day here, we'll probably just do it same way. Maybe. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But Andre, thank you so much, man. I'm telling you, man, like that was so nice. And definitely appreciate everyone tuning in. There's a wealth of information here. If you're thinking of coming to Canada, I'm telling you, networking is a very good thing. And this allows for networking. Makes everybody feel more comfortable in terms of knowing that they are not alone in their process. A lot of persons don't have that one-on-one conversation with them, person them can talk to in terms of knowledgeable. And we know Jamaica State, most people just want to fasten their business then keep it help you. And enough people are getting wrong information anyway. We don't know everything, we don't work with immigration, but what we're trying to do is to create a community that everybody can benefit from, right? So guys, it really helps us out a lot when you guys share the videos, when you guys like the videos, and when you guys subscribe to the channel, right? we all went through the process, so we have to share the knowledge. Exactly. When we were doing our process, guys, everyone operated as if like a top secret, like oh, like they made it and nobody else have to come through the door. But guys, helping another person doesn't stop your blessing. Helping another person doesn't shorten your opportunity, right? So pretty much, we could all help each other. Andre and the network, him and the whole link up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm telling you guys.
Andre, do you create your YouTube channel?
Probably Andre not even have the time.
Maybe, but yeah.
Andre the Goat, exactly. In the comment, Andre the Goat. I'm telling you guys, why networking is so important, because right now, if me move to Toronto, who you think I send my resume to? Who you think I send my resume to? That me I tell you, and thing. So we're just having a vibe, guys. Hopefully everybody has all the information that they needed to know about the postgraduate work permit in terms of the what it is, the expectation in terms of like can you work other provinces, and also what documents do you need and all of that stuff, right? So if there's any other question, guys, you know, you can just throw it in the chat same way. We are here. We have had dinner before, which is I'm not running off yet. So just a lot of vibes. You guys can absolutely just throw whatever chat you guys question you guys have in the chat. Like the video, guys, share the video in all platforms as usual. Subscribe if you're new. We want to get to 2,000 subscribers so bad, but yeah, I don't know why. It seems like we stuck. I don't know. You guys not share the videos, I don't know what's happening.
What are we doing wrong? Because I don't know.
Probably we need to do some prank. I told you, babes. We need to do some prank, like different thing, like
I can't act.
What's that like? You, I mean I can't act.
Exactly.
You move like a rasta. You can't act. You gotta do a kiki.
Anyways, so true. I like how helpful you all are. I used to watch some other Jamaican couples, but
can't take the boasting and nothing. I thought you could do any not job and not necessarily in your field if you can't get any. No prank. So Andre, you have links in London. Lol, at daily I can't manage. And if you're in London, Ontario, they're employed in the PWLAC during the tax season. There you go. There you go. No, to answer that I think there was a question there. Oh, I thought you could do any not job and not necessarily in your field if you can't get any. For express entry, it has to be field of study. It has to be field of study for express entry. Now there are other programs that just requires NAC A, B, or O, right? So pretty much all of the immigration focusing on skill level A, B, or O. And also, guys, there's a federal election in Canada in another few weeks, and depending on what happens, a lot of immigration things might change as well. So it's very important to also keep an eye out on that, and then see if there's anything different, because again, immigration is always changing, and you want to constantly keep abreast. It's a full-time job. You want to constantly keep abreast of what is happening. Immigration change every day, every week, every month. Just keep on top to make sure that the processes are the same and everything is going as though you think it should be going, right? Also, I think there's also an update now that says for persons who have applied for visitor visa, have to kind of reapply again. Yeah. I haven't done much research on that, but you probably want to look into that as well if it is that you are in one of those categories. Can I get a shout out them? Straight with Kim, big up yourself for a round of applause. You get a very, very big shout out right now. Sorry it took so long. Yeah, welcome. And you know what? I see a YouTube channel as well. And definitely, guys, you guys can go over, try it with Kim, and subscribe to our channel as well. She posts a lot of race them in front of the Olympics thing, and you want to see what go on. Like, never miss a beat. We try it with Kim. How was that? Tell me, how was that? Can you remind us what course you did, Andre?
It was accounting.
Yeah, I think it was accounting. Hopefully Andre is still here.
No. I just tell it like it is, so I'm not into acting, sorry.
I try convince her from I could do like a prank video on the thing, man. I don't know because it seems like that's what people want to see. I don't know, but we can't be something that we're not, and I don't know. Accounting and early childhood at another college.
Wow.
Oh, well rounded.
Wow.
Well rounded. No pranks. Yeah. So one thing, guys, I think it's time for us to bounce right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. And you know it's another live. For I don't know if Andrew want to give out any contact information for persons who are thinking of going in any vicinity in any way he can probably help based on his availability, of course. Of course, guys. There's no obligation here. So if anyone thinking of coming to Lambton College, Sarnia, don't expect any help from the college. So these are things that you guys have to consider as well, right? Choose colleges that you're gonna get that support, that you're gonna get that help. I don't oftentimes it's just about
Just getting the students.
just getting a visa and then coming here, guys. No. Do some more research, call the college, find out what kind of vibe them offer. And then, because at the end of the day, you have stuck there, you have to transition, and you want to make sure that everything is smooth sailing, alright? Or Rashida, big up Mr. Bailey for us as well. He probably at work now because we know on a schedule organized, but tell him so I send a huge shout out his way. Rochelle, big up Ray. Of course, Ray every single time. Ray is a general. For everybody else who's here, take care of yourself. Be safe. And just know so the link is real as well. Andre, thank you so much for providing such wonderful insight as per usual, and also for offering yourself to be a network for persons who might need a network in that side.
No, you just read that one.
Yeah, for anybody who wants to be in that area, right? Yeah, guys, we're gonna call it a day right now. We're gonna bounce, we're gonna boogie, and think before you guys leave, make sure that you like the live, share the live, leave a comment after I post, subscribe if you're new, and definitely check out our channel membership. If the link don't work, guys, I don't know, but you can just go right beside the subscribe button. There's a join button, and then follow all the steps. Alright, guys? Bless upon yourself, have a good evening, and have a great week. Stay tuned for more videos as well. As the bigger nuts get, the less video. As you guys can understand. But we're still here, we're still trying to give you guys that information that is needed, while still showing you guys what Grand Prairie is like as well. Alright?
You actually see why you need to create a group, you know, because persons want to connect. So persons here know information there.
So yeah. Before I close the live, I just want everybody to just grab that information that Andre just shared. And then yeah, as soon as you're ready for bounce, you can bounce. Pick up on yourself, bless up on yourself, have a great week. Little more.
Guys.